guys, it's your coach here. I was eating breakfast this morning and I decided to jot down a few things that I wanted to talk to you about. What I'm going to talk to you about today is fear. Okay? In the self-help industry, there's a lot of misconceptions and confusion about what fear is, right? Because some people say that fear is false evidence appearing real. And, there's this whole movement about crushing fear and getting past your fear and push past your fear and, things of that nature. And when you were starting out in this journey, you may be a little unsure about what this is all about, right? What it all means. So I'm going to try to clarify what fear is to you in as simple terms as possible. Fear is a legit feeling, and as all feelings, fear needs to be felt. So you need to acknowledge the fact that you are actually experiencing fear. Okay? Not all fear is bad. There's times where your gut tells you something is bad for you or wrong for you, and you have to listen to it because that's your instincts telling you to not go there. And our instincts are one of the most wonderful things that have been given to us by nature, so we need to honor that. Now, having said that, while honoring the fear, we also need to question it, right? Because there's various different fears. There's not just one type of fear, okay? There's fear that is instinctual. It's not learned. You take a 5-year-old to a zoo, and when the lion roars, that kid is going to be bawling. Okay, that kid is going to cry his eyes out. He's going to want to get out of there. Depending on where you're from, as a child, when I saw a string that resembled a snake, I used to not want to cross that street. Okay, because I knew snakes were bad. So these are instinctual fears. This is before I even knew about snakes, and I'm sure you guys have similar experiences with fear. So those are fears that are built in, that we didn't learn from anywhere, that we just kind of, throughout evolution, learned to inherit it. Now, there's other types of fear. For example, in stress and trauma, what happens is, many of our veterans that go out to war, they come back and they hear a loud bang. Their first instinct is to duck under the desk. I actually worked with a veteran. He was a Vietnam veteran, and he had this. It was 20, 30 years after the war, and he still ducked under the desk when some sudden movements occurred during the day at the workplace. So that's what stress trauma does to you, is it gives you fear of a certain thing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something as big as what the veterans face. It could be, I got hit by a car in 2006, and when I'm out running, I'm still a little paranoid about some cars coming up the curb and kind of plowing me, and I've learned to live with that fear because I've conditioned myself enough with it that it's no longer an issue for me. So, another thing that I wrote down here is that fear could be a mental construct. And, it's one of those things when you keep thinking over and over and over again about a certain mishap that may happen in the future, and you kind of internalize that fear and you say that, oh man, this is going to happen, this bad thing's going to happen to me. That's something that you learned because you thought about it so much. It's anxiety at that point. For example, when I was trying to push out this course, I held back a little bit because, after I was done with this course, I was like, this course may not be perfect. I don't know if I want to put it out there. That was the fear that I experienced for a little bit there. I was delaying publishing this course out, right? And, these things happen on a daily basis. You can't really think of them as, I'm going to completely ignore this, because if you could completely ignore it, then we wouldn't even be talking about it right now, right? So what we need to do about this fear is we need to acknowledge it and question its validity. So when I was going through that experience of not trying to push this course out, what I did was I really asked myself, what is going on? Why am I experiencing this feeling? I acknowledged the feeling first, right? And then I said, why? And all these negative thoughts, when they go left unchecked, as I talk about in the negative mindset section and limiting belief section in so many ways, they're just not very rational. Okay, they don't have a rational answer for you. So when you start questioning your fears start to back down. Like, when they don't have an answer for you, you can really then start to push past those fears, right? You can condition yourself to get out of the fear. For example, in CBT, cognitive-based therapies, that's what's happening. The fear that you're exposed to progressively gets worse, and you progressively adapt to the fear and kind of face the next level of the fear until you're completely rid of it, right? That's what we need to do in order to get rid of fear. So, again, the takeaways are not all fears are bad or, necessarily easily crushable, for that matter, or we should not pay attention to, because some fears are legit. We need to listen to our gut. That's something we definitely need to do. However, when fear starts holding us back, we need to start questioning them. Okay, questioning their validity. And by doing that, as you question it, every time that fear occurs, the first few times it may not yield, but you will see progress as you start getting better at questioning your fears and your limiting beliefs. All right? Have a good rest of the day. Your coach, signing off.